We are live, coming directly from the World Cup. No, just kidding. We are all in our respective same areas.
Yeah,
How's it
we're
going,
what we're
boys?
right now. It's a lot better than the Qatari football team is feeling. I can tell you that. I've got no complaints. Um, we don't have anybody on suspension. Everybody's here today. Something the Qataris can also not say. And
Yeah,
I would never let Jonathan David score on me once, let alone twice. All in all, I feel better than the people I'm watching on screen right now.
yeah. There's some stat padding going on right now
Yeah.
versus Qatar, but hey, they tied Switzerland, so who knew what
Yeah,
to
Well,
expect?
yeah.
I'm having a great day. My day's been going up. I had a near catastrophe this morning around 9:30, 10 a.m. Nearly shit myself.
Oh, good.
So,
Sorry
so,
about that.
so, and I had to save there. And ever since then, that the day really could have gone downhill, and it's just kind of been
Yeah,
going up since then. So, and I was out
yeah.
in public too. It would have been a disaster. But
When's
it's
when's when's the last time you officially shit yourself?
I mean, I probably sharded myself like a month or 2 months ago. I've never
Yeah.
actually shit myself. So, but no, this
Oh,
was like a near disaster. I was going to pick up my car and I was like, oh, and I walked and it was, we're about 15 minutes into a 20-minute walk. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So I'm like, okay, I'll just stop and get breakfast at this place I like, sit down, maybe have a nice breakfast, have a good little morning, take a shit quick. I get to that place, closed for maintenance. And
oh
I'm,
no.
and I'm frankly jogging at this point. Luckily, there was a 7-Eleven about 2 minutes down the road, but we made it. Ended up
Yeah.
being nothing wrong with the car, so I just started stacking the wins after that.
What
So
would you have done if the 7-Eleven wasn't
I'm gonna be honest, Charlie. We were at the point of I was looking for an alleyway.
there?
Wow.
I
Wow.
wasn't plaza like there. So it was basically if the 7-Eleven didn't have one, there was an attendant guy, so I was gonna go ask him, and then after that, I didn't have any more time after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I had
That
a,
makes
a
sense.
bad experience just this year, a couple months back, where I had to do the full. I was on the way to a client meeting, um,
Oh,
and I let a risky fart go, and I knew it immediately that I shit my pants in the car, and I drove straight to the local Lululemon and bought a new pair of pants, and I walked
What's
into
your,
the client meeting no underwear.
what's y'all's go-to excuse if you have to get out of any situation?
Oh, dude, I mean, I
Just
walked
on
into
the
that
spot, you
I
have to
walked into
leave.
that
Just get up and
gas
go.
I walked in that gas station with poop in my pants for sure.
yeah.
And it was obvious. I walked in with a full bag.
No, see, I've never encountered a situation where I've been in a meeting before and I've just been like I've pulled the fake phone call before. Be like, yep, this ain't good. Just
Yeah,
hit you. The
Yeah.
fake phone call is always a good one.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know.
Um, well, dude, so actually it's funny that we bring this up because a high profile player, a high profile person just recently shit down their leg, not but a couple days ago. Y'all's goat, not mine, but y'all's goat, Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's get into it, boys. There's been a lot of soccer played by a
Love
lot
the
of
soccer.
nations. Portugal, not one of those nations. They have not played any soccer yet because for the squad they put out there, that was about as abysmal of a performance as I've ever seen. Um, y'all's goat, my goat was too busy on the hat trick and escaping a red card that was pretty clearly a red card.
Yeah.
That's
So I mean, you got to look at it a couple ways. One, I mean, Messi's a cheating piece of shit. I mean, that's just kind of how basically the game goes. He's a dirty player. Ronaldo chooses not to have tattoos so he can donate his blood to dying children. So there,
I
and
wish he would
maybe
donate some goals to the Portugal cause because he
well,
can't do that.
what I heard is I actually heard an off air interview. He actually accidentally donated a few days earlier or later than he was supposed to,
Okay,
but a kid really needed it. So
okay.
what I've heard is
solid
hammer
evidence.
Ronaldo over 1.5 goals in their next matchup. It's
Who
pretty
do
much a
they
lock.
who do they
So
have
For
listen,
some
next?
reason.
the first game really doesn't matter much. It's how the games end here in a couple weeks. So that's what we're going to be getting to. So I'm not worried about Ronaldo in Portugal yet. Sometimes it's good to get that early loss out of the way. Get a little
I
bit of pressure off the back.
I said the same thing, Evan. And who did Argentina lose to? I believe last World Cup. Didn't even draw. They just straight up lost to him. Oh wait, that was Saudi Arabia in the group stage, and then went on to win it all.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's done and dusted, but
Yeah, but at least
that Portugal performance was horrific.
at least they scored. At least they scored in that game. That was an awesome game. Saudi Arabia had some bangers. Who does Portugal have next? Let's see. Uzbekistan. Yeah. So if we can't get Ronaldo off the schneid against the Uzbeks,
It's over.
although
They have a pretty good back line.
Ronaldo did steal what should have been a surefire goal from Bruno as well, the best player on that team. Just tremendous performance from y'all's goat.
I will say, I don't think, and I'm taking this from the broadcasters, and based off of what I've heard around me, I don't think the manager for Portugal did a very good job at all.
No,
so I'm gonna put that
Roberto
on.
Martinez is a dipshit. He's terrible.
So I'm gonna put that on him.
The fact that he's still coaching at the world level is unbelievable. I mean, he nerfed that Belgium team for a couple years. I can't believe that he's still got a job.
He did nothing with Prime, Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, and
dude.
I don't know why they think he's going to do something with this squad.
Right.
Honestly, I think you have to try to nerf Vitinha, João Pedro, and Bruno and make them look like they're just playing Sunday League out there. I mean, Vitinha was awful.
And they started so well too. Like the early goal off a great cross. I turned it off out of rage at one point. Did Leao ever come in?
He did. He came in and he was maybe the worst. He was
really
worse than Ronaldo played. He got, oh my goodness, he didn't do a step right. Just lost the ball the entire time. Didn't really look up for it. The Portugal team is just a myth to me when you look at who they have on paper and who shows up.
Yeah, you know who I had completely forgotten about until that game? João Cancelo. I hadn't seen him in forever, it felt like. But yeah, looking at this Portugal team, I mean, there are dudes everywhere. I mean, even on the bench, you got Gonçalo Ramos, you got Leao, you got Chico Conceição. Why is Ruben Diaz not playing over this Arujo guy? There's just some interesting choices going on.
There's definitely some question marks. Like I said, though, I do think they'll still make it through the group stage and be, I think they'll grow into this tournament. However, I don't want to take anything away from the Congo either.
Yeah.
Did not really know that much about this team going in to the World Cup. I'll be honest. Just knew that they had, they performed well in qualifiers. But the fan base that Congo has brought,
unbelievable,
is second to none. I mean, just incredible. So I got to hand it off to them. And another team, which I think was arguably a bigger story than the Portuguese game. How about Cabo Verde?
Yeah.
Tying
the
European
champions.
That whole area between Spain and Portugal, that whole kind of just big area there, whatever that's called, they just decided not to show up to the World Cup yet. I mean, maybe they're still getting adjusted to the time zones. However, they should be ahead, not back. But I don't know how that works for those Spanish and Portuguese lads. So we'll see,
dude. And speaking of, I mean, Cabo Verde, not a bad spot to be from the looks of it. Did you hear about? So obviously a ton of great stories. Obviously the keeper being one of them, but. Did you hear the story? Let me make sure I get this guy's name right. Hold on, let me find.
The guy who got called up.
Yeah. The Irish lad playing for Cabo Verde. Evan, have you heard?
Or something like that?
I have not. And also, you said not a bad spot to be from. I actually did a little bit of preliminary research. Beautiful nation off the coast of Africa. Actually has a lot of Portuguese ties from a cultural standpoint, as well as African. I'm actually very interested in visiting Cabo / Cape Verde now. It looks beautiful.
Tourism is going to go up.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the scuba diving is great there. Something I'm interested in. And it looks just like a beautiful, smaller nation. They might need to make a bigger airport. There are currently a few of them, so you can do some island hopping. It seems like a fun spot to be.
Yeah, there's certainly a couple. But yeah, so this guy, Roberto Lopez, he was born in Dublin, Ireland, but I guess his dad or his grandpa or something is from Cabo Verde. He got recruited by the coach of Cabo Verde on LinkedIn months ago. The LinkedIn coach or the head coach reached out to him and sent him a LinkedIn message, but it was all in Portuguese. and this guy's he's from Ireland, so he just thought it was spam, and he ignored it. And then a couple months after that, the coach reaches out again in English, and now he's their starting center back.
Wow.
Unbelievable story. I mean, Cabo Verde has captured the hearts of everybody in a span of 90 minutes.
So I'm not going to hate on that. I think that he is a valid reason to be on that team. I texted you guys about this the other day. The coaches not being of the same nationality, it's a real problem. Also, another real problem is whatever noise, Charlie, you got going on, that buzzing. Is anyone else hearing this?
Not really, but it's
all right, there we go.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, all right, okay. But yeah, if you shouldn't be coaching a team you're not from. And listen, I know my.
You okay?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm here.
You gotta fight through it. Fight through the adversity.
Oh boy.
Is it me? Are you guys hearing something?
It sounds lining up. It sounds like AC.
Something's going on over there, Charlie. I don't know what it is. Anyways, the coaches should not be allowed to coach for nations that they don't come from or hail from. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And Boone, you told me a fun fact about that. I'll let you kind of tell me. Tell the audience.
I think, and this is, I saw a tweet, so I did no research. I will do no research. This is fact. No coach or no team has ever won a World Cup with a coach from outside their nation. So if the coach is from a different country, those teams are defeated in World Cups. That will obviously change this year, but yeah, it's interesting. But at the same time, though, like with all the players, like half of the U.S. team's not even from America. Like Anthony Robinson's got a Milton Keynes accent. Like,
yeah. Well, hey, on that note, speaking of our resident dual citizenship person, I don't know what that's called.
Dual citizen.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds right. Charlie, let's say the United States plays England. Who are you rooting for?
Well,
he's rooting for England. He's rooting for England. Don't.
Now,
he's rooting for England. I've known Charlie too long. Charlie will be rooting for the Three Lions without a doubt.
Here's the problem with that, Charlie. Here's why you might have to root for the United States of America, and you're really not going to be given too much of a choice on this one. If they play on the 4th of July, I think that oversees everything. I don't think you're like any other day. I'll hear your acknowledgement. If it's the 4th of July, like I just don't think that works out. Which is a very large possibility, actually, if both teams win their groups.
Yeah.
Surely that's got to like boost all the U.S. stats, right? And like
100%.
I don't know. I can see it boosting England. They're trying to get a little comeback.
Now, listen. Here's the problem with England on American soil. Like England's going to play fantastic through the group stages, maybe even through the next round game. What happened, kind of back like in the Revolutionary War, they got off to a real strong start, downhill from there. So that's kind of how you can expect it to go.
But it was kind of from inside out, right? So it's got to be someone like in the England team who's gonna.
So we have a bunch of British-born players on the U.S. team.
Yeah,
that's how it turns.
Like, who's the rat? Who's the mole?
Anthony Robinson with a goal and an assist on the 4th of July.
I could also see Harry Kane just having a career bad day against the U.S. Just an awful game, just a horrendous game.
Speaking of England, let's switch to them because that was probably the best game of the tournament so far.
You think?
I think so. It was just, most exciting first half. England looking clinical. Croatia with some wonder goals. Did you see the Harry Kane PK heat map that they showed? It was so mean. It was like all Harry Kane's PK attempts during with the England shirt on, and then there was just that one that's so far outside and above the goal from against France.
Oh, for France. Yep, I was just about to say that was the game he did shit.
That was so unnecessary by the commentary. That was so fucking funny. Listen, the way England started that second half, relentless is the only word I have for them. Like absolutely relentless. I can't believe how well the what's it called? The Croatian keeper played. I mean, he was on his head for a large portion of that game. And it kind of looked like what we talked about in our pre-World Cup show. Croatia's just got tired legs, man. I mean, the guys that they bring out there, I think Mudryk came out like the 55th or 60th minute. Like the legs are too old to run and then England can bring on like they didn't even bring Eze on, I don't think, but they can bring on Eze, Rashford, Saka. Like there was just a gulf of ability. Yeah.
I mean, I will say though, the notion that Croatia is just suddenly like down to this bottom feeding team is just not true. Like they looked incredible. Both of their goals were fantastic, like world class goals. I just think like this England team, Kane's playing arguably the best he's ever played.
Yeah, he's looked good.
And what stuck out to me though was just the how organized like Tuchel had them.
Yeah.
The midfield with Rice and Bellingham and Anderson. Like this whole time,
Anderson was impressive.
Portugal this, Spain that, like France this. I think England have a real shout at maybe having the best midfield. Right now because they're all just playing out of their mind. They look incredible.
I don't disagree with you. It's just, and we talked about it. It's like until England does it, it's still England to me. And like I think on paper, England's got probably the most talented squad. I mean, France being able to bring on Ryan Cherky and some of those other like Barcola and some of those other guys is insane. But England on paper does have one of the best, if not the best teams. It's England. Can they do it? And I've never seen it. Nobody alive has really ever seen it.
And I loved how they brought in Morgan Rogers as well and didn't take off Bellingham. I thought that was a neat touch.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon was just nowhere to be really found.
I thought that was interesting that he was starting. I won't lie.
And I think it might be my headset that's down.
You're good now. No, now you're echoing, but.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were fine.
Okay.
Well, once you fixed the first time, you were good.
Yeah.
No, I think England looked incredible, but even some of these games, like it's just so funny. Every World Cup, right? Like you take a look at the games beforehand, and you think, how could a Cabo Verde or a Congo tie Portugal, or how could this team tie this? And every single World Cup, it happens.
Yeah.
Every single day, and I don't know why I'm so shocked when it does happen, but I think for this World Cup, like we were saying last week, because there is an extra knockout round of 32, man,
anything can happen.
Someone's getting screwed over because someone is going to finish second or third that should not have finished there. They're going to all of a sudden wake up and be like, oh shit, we're in the knockout rounds, and we're going to get like a Spain-France or something like that, I just feel, in this round of 32.
Yeah.
So things are going to get interesting.
I mean, and speaking of the quality of this World Cup so far, only 1-0 draw so far still, and that's going to range.
Goals are good for the brand.
That's going to reign true today as well because Canada's already up 3-0 on Qatar. About to be 4. Oh no. It's just been an awesome World Cup.
So I will comment, Boone. You did say this is your favorite sporting event, the scarcity, yada yada yada. I was kind of rolling my eyes. I will say I've actually enjoyed significantly more, and I totally get where you're coming from. The players are, from the little soccer bunch, they're playing at a different level, at a different intensity. It just means more. However, the biggest problem with your statement, and this will probably change as the tournament goes on and we get to elimination games, but right now it's not close to March Madness because you're getting these upsets but they're ties. So until I get definitive wins, I'm not prepared to compare them. But I am saying it is growing. It is growing on me. And you said a word earlier, relentless.
Yeah.
The drinkers from the United Kingdom, England, put on a fantastic performance last night in the city of Dallas. Actually, shout out to Croatia, who also has quite a few drinkers. They probably weren't out celebrating last night.
Right.
The Londoner was out drank a beer. And also, not to be outdone, Scotland. The Scots have just dominated Boston, and they drink, and they said the best thing ever, and it's a fact. Boston people are much better than New Yorkians. That's what they said. New York sucks. Boston rocks. That's what Scottish people get. It's a fact. I think Scottish people are honest and they know well. On that note,
New York was too busy.
I want to go to Scotland. I kind of was on the edge of wanting to go to Scotland. Now it's officially in my top 5 of places I need to go to.
We should all go up to Scotland and we should go to Scotland and visit my land.
Oh yeah, you're a lord. Fucking loser. Copycat.
Charlie actually got me my lordship there.
What? Yeah, you're 50. Hey, I can be a lord too. I got $50.
Then do it.
That's a lot of land. That's a big parcel for 50.
Actually, here's what I'm going to do.
Square footage.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get land right next to yours, and I'm going to invade.
We're going to have a little battle for the land?
Yeah. We're just going to stick or something.
Yeah.
But what's the Scottish beer that they were drinking people out of? Does anyone toe? I don't know though.
I don't even know.
I don't know. They said they liked the beer. I saw that clip though. Tenets of Scotland.
Tenets. Okay. Yeah. That's what they drank them out of in Boston for the most part.
Yeah, I drank a lot of Scotch when I was in Scotland. Well, I guess it's just called whiskey there, but it's actually, I'm not a big Scotch guy myself here, I guess, but like it's different. It's just better over there, I guess.
It's just like Jameson's much better in Ireland for whatever reason.
Yeah. Now this is one I want to try. A Scotch ale. It's a wee heavy lager.
I'm in.
It just says wee heavy.
Have you seen the Japanese and the South Koreans in Mexico as well, just getting destroyed off tequila?
No. Oh God.
Those clips are hilarious.
Dude, the Japanese guy who chipped himself to death at the Mexican restaurant. Did you see about that?
No.
He
did what?
Dude, so he chipped himself to death. He's never been to a Mexican restaurant, so he didn't know that like the chips and salsa is just free.
I did see that.
There's like Big Cat did like a dramatic reading about it. He's like, I didn't understand why I got these chips because nothing on my honor had yet awarded me these chips. And then he was like, because of honor, I had to finish them. And when they brought more, he essentially ate 3 baskets of chips. And then his food came out, and he's like, well, now what do I do? And it's like one of the more relatable international things I've ever seen. It's like I've also chipped myself to death.
That sounds like a guy who's going to be looking for a 7-Eleven bathroom later.
Absolutely. Hey, there was also on Tuesday we had a huge day for the guy who just woke up and said France, Argentina, and Norway, I want you all to win, favorites, and just chose Haaland, Messi, and Mbappe to score goals. Would have been a huge day for that guy if he just woke up, picked all the favorites, picked all the best players to score. You would have cashed a lot of money. So I know someone is out there.
Well, what about the guy who picked the 4 draws in a day? That guy must have had a.
Now that would have been even better.
What would that be? Monday? Something big must have just happened in the soccer game that's live right now.
Oh, Canada's player just broke his ankle. On the shin, and they showed it.
Oh, okay. Nope. I am not going to turn that on.
Our first
it's dangling. His bone is.
I gotta look.
I just got a text too. Oh no, that Canada injury.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to see what happened here. Rough. And the Canada players are trying to fight. Oh man, that was like, stretchers out immediately. Oh, poor guy. It was one of those where he looked up too, and he was like the pure face of shock when he looked down at his leg.
Oh, I saw a guitar.
Oh my God.
Is it really bad?
Yeah, the guitar guy. Yeah. Even the guitar players were like, oh man, poor guy. Oh, who was that? Oh no.
His World Cup's over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you just see it?
He's just like he looks at it and is just like horrified.
Who even fouls him?
Oh God. Yeah, you hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it. Dude, why is he like touching his leg like that?
Listen, I'm definitely a Canadian hater. But man, I feel bad for that guy. That's a rough life.
Safe to say, a hydration break is needed right now.
Yeah. Well, maybe get some milk on the field or something.
Oh man, that poor guy. Why does Canada react that way?
I don't know.
It wasn't a great he kicks out.
Yeah, but it's not like this guy clearly didn't fucking mean to do it.
It wasn't like a two-footed like challenge or anything.
Just emotions, I think. Probably too hot.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Woo.
looking at a few other games, should we talk about the big one that happened Friday?
Well, before we do that, I do just want to count one previous W that the United States is getting, and maybe it's a bad time to say it, so I'll say it anyways. Listen, the people are finding out that Canadians, not really that nice. Kind of pieces of shit for the most part. That's kind of been the rumor on the street. And that United States hosts are a lot better. Boone is still kind of over in here in shock watching this.
We need you to lock in.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's what I'm seeing sentiment on social media. Everyone's like finding out this might be the best thing for America ever. That everyone's like, oh, this place is amazing. I don't know what the news has been telling us, but apparently this place just fucking rocks. And they've been like our news is trying to be keeping us away. The people are fantastic, which obviously we are. That's that's a given. And that Canada, mainly I guess specifically kind of more so the Toronto area, are just complete assholes and horrible hosts.
Toronto's also not the best place to visit.
Toronto's terrible.
Montreal not great either in my opinion. Montreal's better, but probably not great either.
Vancouver's the other one, which I would visit.
Vancouver, I'm actually going in August, and I'm pretty excited. Apparently, they have the best Chinese food in the Western Hemisphere.
I guess they're closest. I know. Yep. I've enjoyed all the tourists as well. Like I think it sounded obvious, right? Like we're hosting the World Cup, but it's like now dawning on me like just how many tourists are here, and some like experiencing America for the very first time in Mexico and Canada. So just these clips, like I saw some South Korean guy trying a Terry's barbecue in like Austin for the first time. And he just rips a giant brisket and his face just lights up. Like you can't help but love it.
Dude, all the people from other countries have been like, yeah, we've been lied to. The US people are super nice and this country's awesome. I mean, listen, you go anywhere, you're gonna find assholes. But I think it's been cool to see how many people have just been like, yeah, wait, this is actually an incredible country, and people are super nice, and everyone's treated us really well. I mean, that Freddie guy is like going triple viral. JJ Watt was putting him up in a suite in Houston.
He's the guy from
and then
Germany.
some guy reached out to him. Some guy reached out to him and was like, hey, I know you're going to the Ella Langley concert. Do you want free seats on my private jet? And he was like, we actually want to drive so we can see more of Texas and Oklahoma. But like, dude, the Houston to like Oklahoma City, it's not much.
No. Farmland, bro. Texas is not a great state to drive in, man.
That's the part about it that I've loved though. Like, I think I had in my head like, oh, people will just come from their countries for like one game. And they're coming for all three, like the group stages. They're coming for a week,
and they're traveling.
I also have to remember that like Europeans don't work for half the year, so that also
great life
helps, right? Like they've got the time to actually take for vacation. So, man, I'm jealous of some of these fans who were just over here for the whole summer.
That's the thing. Official, the Qatar guy just got a red card for that. I don't know if that was a red card, but
man, so they're 2 men down. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I think you just got to.
I think Qatar might as well just, send it in, maybe head back home. Let's dive in.
Players are still trying to fight. God, sorry, I'm like wrapped up in this. There's so much going on the TV.
We need Boone back.
Sorry. Yeah, but we're gonna need you to lock in. Maybe just turn that off for a minute. Speaking of other countries, this is a crazy one. There is a small chance that the United States may play Iran.
Yeah.
And it would be played in Dallas, Texas. And listen, I'm not planning on going to any game. I might have to go. Like that's like the 1980s when we played the USSR in hockey in the Olympics. That might be like a moment where it's like that's just an American history moment. I mean, not quite as big of a scale because I don't think Iran's that good at soccer. But
peace now.
They're not bad. They're not bad, honestly.
No, but it's not like they're the best country in the world and we're playing on American soil. But
I will say that game against New Zealand was one of the, and I see Boone's got his All Black shirt on. That was one of the better games, I thought. Chris Wood was so fun to watch. The Iranians
two assists,
played well.
Yeah.
I deserved a result in that one. I was all over the Kiwis.
I was as well. It's interesting seeing Chris Wood as like a creator. I mean, I know that like the way he creates is so different than like a technical midfielder. Like a lot of it is just him holding up the ball. but he just is in like a traditional striker sense, just the way he can hold up play and like he's like honestly, you put him on Spain and they're one of the best teams. Because the same thing I said about Spain, they just didn't have any attacking options. Ferran Torres cannot be your striker. He just can't. But yeah, that game was
if he was a Kiwi.
Yeah, exactly. That game was fun to watch though. Iran had some banger goals. New Zealand just like that first New Zealand goal I know was only from maybe 8 or 9 yards out, but he's like off the volley just smacks it. Yeah, they've made a good account of themselves. And I was looking again at the the standings before this, like the table, and there's so much to play for, especially where sorry, last thing I'll say about this guy, I don't know what he's huffing out of that green tube, but how his leg looked, he is smiling and like waving to the fans. Dude, I hope that's just like the strongest drugs that guy can get.
It's probably diluted. That whatever that stuff is, you can inhale that apparently.
He's just sitting there waving. I'm like,
I love it. There we go.
Okay. But yeah, we've talked a lot about like teams that have performed. There's a couple that have just shit the bed. Turkey A being one. And can we call them Turkey? What is this new Turkey A thing?
I was just about to say about the Australians, the Socceroos.
Yeah.
Maybe the performance of the tournament so far with a 2-0 win. I know some of these ties have been impressive, but I did not expect that. That was one that really shocked me. Turkey not even really getting close to sniffing goal.
Well, I don't know how you don't start Yildiz. And I know I'm a fan. I know I'm biased.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know how you don't start Yildiz and how you bring him on so late. It makes no sense to me.
When he came on, he was the best player on the field by like a mile. It wasn't even close.
I know that people are like, article or this, article. He's the best player on Turkey. I don't care. Chenanoglu or whatever, the guy on Inter, he's good. He's a little older now, but like from a threat perspective, from a danger perspective, Yildiz is the best player on that team. And I don't think it's really close, and I know I'm biased. I don't know how you don't play him from the beginning. It makes no sense to me.
I agree. Another game that day was that Ivory Coast Ecuador game. Kind of staying on the theme with African nations just stepping up to play. I thought was surprised. Ecuador was gonna beat the brakes off them. I'll be honest.
I still think Ecuador. I still think Ecuador should have won that game. All I heard was about how good this defense was, and then they let Amad Diallo just run free. All I've heard about is how good this defense is because they've got Pacho, they've got Caicedo.
Ecuador hit the post 3 times.
Yeah, it's just
crazy game. And then Ghana in the last minute beating Panama.
Oh man, that sucked. I had Panama. But like the African nations they've stepped up. While we're at it, Egypt played really well against Belgium. I thought they were a little bit unlucky to not get the win there.
Great goal.
But yeah, the African nations have all stepped up and played really well. It would be fun to see. I don't think a team from Africa has ever won. Well, I guess it's only Europe and South America, right? Are the only two teams that have ever.
How far an African team has ever gotten?
Well, Morocco was in the final last year, weren't they? Or were they semifinal?
No.
Semi because they lost to Argentina, maybe. But I think that might be the farthest they've ever made. And talking about them, Morocco looked really good. I didn't think Brazil looked nearly what I thought they would. Again, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to
Neymar injured.
I don't know why Neymar was really just there to have a jersey on. He wasn't.
Huh.
I would go as far as saying this is the worst Brazil team that they have fielded at a World Cup in decades. Maybe where do you even go next? Maybe the 90s, because obviously the 2000s they won it, but
the 90s they were good too with Ronaldo Nazario. Since they hosted that World Cup in Brazil, they have just not really been the same. Since Neymar got his back broken by the Costa Rican guy, they just haven't really looked the same.
Devastating injury.
Yeah,
there is one. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that the last time we saw that quality of a Brazil team, Neymar got his back broken and they lost 7-1 to Germany. Something we also saw this past week. I wasn't high on Germany coming into this tournament, but and again, it's Curacao, so who knows? But Germany looked like a machine out there. Just everybody but Leroy Sané, at least.
I want to see them play a real game first.
Yeah.
I still don't really trust this Germany team just because I feel like they're still in the phase of like playing as individuals. I don't think they really mesh too well together. But Ivory Coast and Ecuador are good opponents, so we'll see how that plays out. There is one African nation though, kind of falling in line, Boone, with some of the teams who shit the bed, and that's Tunisia.
Yeah.
I don't know what you really got to do to get fired as a manager after your first game in a World Cup.
He apparently pretty bad. I was reading about it. He apparently like his squad selection was odd, and then they trained and practiced. They trained and practiced like in a very specific way, and then he just didn't. He did the exact opposite, I guess, in the game.
So he's throwing it.
I won't pretend to know what like Tunisia was like trying to do, but he didn't make subs until like the 70th minute. That's like they're down 4-1, 3-1, something like that. That if Gyökeres and Isak can continue on that kind of train they're on, I mean that's a really good strike partnership there. Just two guys, Premier League players. Can with a nose for goal. I mean, they could be a tougher out than I thought because if I'm not mistaken, they were pretty bad in qualifiers, weren't they?
I think so.
Yeah. I want to say they just like barely got in, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah. Well, guys, should we talk about the biggest game that happened this past week?
This team in the tournament.
Before we do that, I think just because I think we'll really dive in there. Should we mention a couple other teams or a couple other really good games? That Netherlands-Japan game was unbelievable. Yeah. The Japan, I think they're just a better South Korea. They don't have a player like Son necessarily, but they're more organized. They just look better. Netherlands surprised me as well. I thought they played a really good game, but curious y'all's thoughts on those. As well.
Yeah, I think the Netherlands underperformed.
Yeah, I mean, they was at Japan, I think equalized like the 93rd or 94th minute too.
Yeah, I think Netherlands is going to be hard to beat. Honestly, I wish they still had Xavi Simons. I feel like he kind of just connects that team all together. But with a healthy De Jong, man, they could go far.
Yeah.
I just wonder if they have like that star player who's really going to get the goals. Like I don't know if Gakpo and Malen are really going to be like the guys to get it done in a big game. I mean, I'll just say it. That Colombia game last night,
brother.
If you had 1.5,
I did.
That has got to be epic because that third goal was just awesome.
I'm never on the side of the last second winner either. I'm always on the side of like the Switzerland blowing into Qatar. I did a lap around. I was at the hotel bar after the baseball game, and I did a full lap around the bar. That was my biggest bet of the tournament so far was Colombia -1.5, and man, when Uzbekistan scored on that scrappy, ugly goal, I was not I was not a happy boy. But yeah, Ev, you've waited long enough. Let's talk about the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, listen, I don't watch much soccer, but I can tell you this: from anyone that does, just a sports scholar, they kicked the fucking shit out of Paraguay. They attacked the ball. Listen, they looked clinical. They were passing the ball well. It was exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were just able to do whatever they wanted against Paraguay. Like, it looked like they had a game plan that was executed. And even the one goal they allowed, it was a little bit of a lackadaisical. And I think it was a good thing they allowed it. Because now they're like, hey, we got to sharpen up. We got to stay on our toes this whole tournament. I don't think Paraguay's that good.
No.
They just look a little silly. But the USA looked really, really good, and they looked like they were playing as a team, which I think is the most important thing. Playing with the name, a lot more for the name on the front than the name on the back. Hopefully Pulisic is okay. We'll find out tomorrow. Listen, tomorrow's a huge game. We can start off the tournament high. You can ride the environment, but you have to come out and just kick the fucking shit out of Australia. Australia, just you win by 2-3 goals tomorrow. I think it makes a statement. Oh shit! Like, hey, it wasn't just an exciting. Hey, we're hosting the World Cup. It's like, hey, we actually might be fucking good. Like, we're gonna win this. I've known that all along, but they just need to know that themselves. And believe in themselves. Bunch of young kids looking to lead a nation. And that's what's gonna happen. The world is on notice. The world is officially on notice. Starting now.
Yeah, the thing about our to touch on the Australia piece, we're miles better than Australia, but we've got to come out and take the game to them early. If Australia do what they did to Turkey to us, where they get an early goal and can park the bus 2 banks of 8 or 2 banks of 5, I mean, we could be in trouble because they can park the bus. They did that pretty well against Turkey. Now I think Turkey didn't play very well, but we've got to get out early and take the game to them.
Yeah, I think. Look, I'm just going to come out and say it. I honestly think that was one of, if not the best performance I've seen the U.S.
Yeah.
compete at a World Cup. Just everything really went well. Like, I mean, you take away that one goal, like you said, which was honestly probably good for us.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't want to go too long without conceding into a big game, but just from the way they were all playing together, and I don't know if it's down to just like Pochettino or truly just the fact that we have like a very balanced team finally. We don't have guys like Dempsey and then some, bum who's playing like in the MLS. We have a really balanced squad, guys who are starting in really competitive teams. And I feel like that's what came out to me most is like there wasn't really like a weak player. Even Tim Ream, who I thought maybe might have been targeted a little bit. He held his own. He looked great. He looked calm on the ball. And that midfield with McKennie and Tillman and the partnership between Tillman and Tyler Adams, those guys just are athletes. Getting the ball to Pulisic and Balogun out wide, they look dangerous as well. But I think, Evan, like you nailed it, Australia is going to be a really good test because Paraguay, I actually think, got it completely wrong. Paraguay's not a bad side. Like, they are a stingy defensive team who made life a living hell for teams like Brazil in qualifiers, and just like that's why they're in the World Cup. And I think they came out and tried to play against this U.S. team, and we were just better and caught them, flat-footed and bang, 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 scored a lot of goals. If Paraguay would have sat in and just made things difficult, which Australia are going to do against us, and we saw that against how they played Turkey, this is like the challenge to me is, do you have the quality to break down a team like Australia versus playing a team like Paraguay who just like weren't playing to their strengths? They just weren't.
Yeah. It's funny, man. Like everything you said, I agree with Chuck. Tim Ream, I thought was going to be maybe a weak link, but looking at some of those guys around him, he just calms everything down. He knows he doesn't have pace, and so he just plays smart. Tyler Adams is just like a true, I guess, number 6, like seek and destroy kind of guy. And then Tillman played really well, just connecting all the things. While we were talking about the like just where players are from, how they get to different countries, the nationality thing. Are y'all familiar with how Balogun is an American?
Born in London.
No, he was born in Philly. His mom was too pregnant to
move to London, right?
Yeah, his mom was too pregnant to fly. So he had to be born first, and then they flew home.
Love it.
Yeah.
We'll take him.
Be your best player.
Yeah.
He's going to win the Golden Boot.
But, like, you could see I remember when Pepe was like this guy's going to be the next striker for the U.S. When Balogun comes off and you see Pep, it's just a completely different animal. Like, Balogun he's faster, he's stronger, he's chasing the play. He's just like some guy on Twitter, if y'all are not familiar with Gamecock Will, dude's absolutely hilarious. He just keeps calling him Soccer LeBron because he's so much bigger than everybody.
I've seen that guy. That guy.
Gamecock Will is hysterical. Shout out. But Balogun, just like the way that he chases down the ball, he's relentless, to use that word again. Dest, seeing him, like, historically he's been a right back, and seeing him more forward, I think he's so much better.
Pochettino knows how to use him. Like I said, you can see the quality of just. I mean, those Berhalter teams that were put out, like, what the hell was he doing with this side? Confusing.
the thing that will make when we have to make subs down the line, that's where I get a little nervous. I don't like Pepe coming in for Balogun. I think Balogun's just way better. Beerhalter, I thought, made a good account of himself coming in for Pulisic. Hopefully, obviously, that was just like a protective measure being up 3-0 already. I thought, and then Reyna's goal, just if he can play free on the ball and be creative like the guy that we were promised, he could be a real addition off the bench. But outside of that, I mean, Aronson could be good, but we don't see him much.
I was just gonna get to the bench, Boone, because like we've been saying, this is such a long tournament.
Yeah.
Now that we have another round, it really does add just a factor there. But I actually was gonna say, I think this is the first tournament where the U.S. bench hasn't been just a bottomless pit of despair. Like there's these guys like Aronson's and even Zendejas, and then you have like Reyna and Way. They can all play, and like you only really get 5 subs, right? But after that, we do fall off a cliff, I think, with some of the players we have. But that first team looks sharp, and if we have just 3 guys like who can come off the bench and do what they did against Paraguay,
if we win against Australia, we're automatically through to the next round.
Yeah.
So you can really rest some guys. You can get some young guys blooded into the squad, like as in Dejas or something.
We could also win. We could win the group tomorrow with a tie in the other game as well. Really? No. We have to win. We have to win. Yes. But if Turkey ties, we can win. So like if that happens, we can definitely rest. Also, another thing, I heard rumors, much like the Olympics team from the 1980s, I've heard this team, the 2026 U.S. men's national team in the World Cup, very well conditioned, more so than their opponents. So don't look at them getting tired. I think they'll be perfectly fine in tournament. You'll find that from other teams, especially the older teams. So, yeah, we're fine. Not worried about condition.
Yeah, and it's funny we've brought that up a couple times. On my flight out to Omaha, I actually I watched Miracle. I had to just get myself in the right headspace. I tuned that in. If y'all haven't seen that documentary too, they did on Boys of the '80s. I think I talked about it on the show last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that. It's a Miracle documentary with like all the old players coming back to Lake Placid to tell their sides of the story.
Oh, I saw that.
So good.
It's kind of
fantastic.
So good.
Half the team
very emotional.
Away.
Yeah. And Herbie passed away. Them calling suicides Herbies was that got a good laugh out of me.
And they read that letter that they had never seen from him before. That was a great dog.
On that note, Boone, how was Omaha?
Yeah. So first time out in Nebraska. I've driven through Nebraska before, but I've never actually gotten out and done anything. I love the tradition of like one place having a thing. Like the combine's always an Indy, or like like back when the road, like obviously with the college football playoff, things have changed a little bit with that, but like the Rose Bowl being the Rose Bowl, Omaha just being baseball was so cool. I don't know that anyone plays at the Charles Schwab Field. Just it's so set up. They have a little like free beer garden that you can all go out to and hang out and look around, and like there's shops, there's a bunch of different like vendors. They got one of the best lemonades I've ever had. I typically
with vodka.
No, they won't do the vodka, but the lemonade looks so good, and I love lemonade.
Lemonade's fantastic.
So I did remove one of my slotted beer slots for a lemonade just because it looked so refreshing. But Omaha is it's a cool spot. I don't know what it would be like if you went outside of the College World Series, but like everything there is just baseball. Like the guys on the college teams, they're heroes to the kids. I mean, there are so many little league teams there, just like teams. I guess they play a bunch of like the elite tournaments when they're out there. So like during College World Series time, they have a bunch of like the elite, almost like the Little League World Series, but for just like Midwestern based teams. Well, I guess not even Midwestern. There's kids from California. Like there's just a bunch of guys. There's a whole section of like 12-year-olds behind me, just tarps off, yelling for everybody that was walking up and down the stairs to take their tarps off. They got the lemonade guy to take his tarp off, and wave his shirt around. I mean, just real good energy, good vibes. Holy shit, Canada's 6 goals. Just awesome time. Really cool spot. I did have a couple glizzies. The one Evan you did you
there.
did. Oh, dude, they have one glizzy there. It did not get a picture because I inhaled it. It was the first one of the day. I can't even remember what it's called. I want to say it was like the Oma dog, but it's a glizzy with beer cheese, bacon bits, and honey mustard pretzel chunks.
That'll do it.
Unbelievable. A real proper like put yourself to sleep. Oh, dude, it was unbelievable. But I had that. I had just a standard glizzy, and then I had a cheddar wurst. Did a nice little tour.
So I will argue this. And this is I love the bougie hot dog. Like I would be getting one of those. I do think if you're going to a ball game, regardless of what they have for cool dogs, you have to get a standard dog.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Put on it what you want is fine. Yeah. Now, just for the people watching at home, I do have Nebraska ranked as the 36th best state already. I've been there once, not during for the College World Series. Fantastic steak. Other than that, I don't think there's much else to do in Omaha.
No.
I have made the commitment, unless I'm offered the opportunity to go for free or something. I don't plan on going to the College World Series until the Gamecocks make it next time. The next time they make it, with hopefully this new coach, things seem to be turning around. I will be making an appearance that time. So hopefully I get to try it, and hopefully Nebraska can jump up my board, because that sounds like a fantastic experience and something I feel like you got to do at some point in your life.
And there's something to be said, like they have the College World Series, that's kind of it, but they do it well. Like all the fanfare outside the stadium is cool. It's literally right next to Creighton, which was cool campus. I didn't go and venture too much around Creighton, but cool campus. They really do it right. And I got nothing but love. I did make an appearance at Rocco's. I got 2 Jello shots. By that point, I was.
Did you represent a school, or did you just get 2 Jello shots?
I did. So I found myself at Rocco's with a bunch of Sooner fans. The Sooners were in last place at the time. And the Sooners hadn't lost a game yet, and I think they were plus 160. So I'd already committed to betting on them. Obviously, I'm never going to bet on Georgia. Well, I mean, I'm not going to bet. I'm not going to root for Georgia to win when I can root for another team. Georgia's had enough. And being out there yelling "Boomer Sooner" with some of those guys while I cashed my bet, had a couple of Jello shots. The one thing I will say, they're not traditional Jello shots. They're like that thin, but they're like long. They're hard to get into. So you really got to squeeze. You got to squeeze the Jello out. You can't just like. It's not like a traditional like shooter.
You gotta get in there.
You got to get in there. But boy, were those. I mean, you could start a fire with that Jello. I swear to God.
I like that.
Yeah.
On that note, hey, I
was just dominating the tally.
Yeah, that you expect it. Listen, I don't know. Well, also it helps. Pat McAfee donated a shit ton. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, but what was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh, glad you're rooting for the Oklahoma Sooners. I love the great people of Norman. Actually, the lady who cut my hair today from Norman. So, so I got nothing wrong with Oklahoma. Great hospitality people. Much better than some other people I know from a different Texas city that I've interacted with.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say about the game, unbelievable game to go to. I think Oklahoma hit 5 dingers in that game alone. They were bashing. And it was surprising because the night before when Georgia had the elimination game against Texas, I think it was there was 18 strikeouts in the first 5 innings between the two pitchers. So completely different game. I will say the one thing that would have made it better, we were all at the bar the night before rooting for Texas pretty hard because I did want to see a Red River shootout on
That'd
the
been
diamond.
Awesome.
That would have been cool. And I got wrapped up in Boomer Sooner. I was ready to horns down. I was so ready to horns down.
Also, on that note, go ahead, Charlie.
I just had to say, a metal baseball bat dinger sounds
fantastic, dude.
It's really it's a ding. It's a real ding.
Yes.
I agree.
Feel in your body.
I agree, but also if you've ever heard a really good, it's rare, it doesn't happen often, but the ball hitting like a wood bat, like the perfect way, like that, like a Barry Bonds home run back in the day, like those, that's better than the ding, but
that muddy ball sound.
On that note though, I forgot what I was gonna say. It doesn't even matter. Oh, continue moving on.
Norman versus Texas.
Who cares?
Yeah. So now,
I was just gonna say.
Now we've got a. Go ahead, Chuck.
Maybe Mount Rushmore to do like places that are events that only happen in one place once a year.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. I don't know if we can get to 12. But we could. I guess we could easily do 4. I do remember what I was gonna say. So Boone, were you at the game? It was Oklahoma, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So you saw the heartfelt moment where the brother hit a home run in his last at bat, got to give his brother knuckles. That's pretty cool. That baseball's such a romantic sport. That's a pretty great moment. Shout out those brothers. Thanks the Kirby brothers.
So the guy, gosh, I think he was a second baseman for Oklahoma, something Branch. He's hitting in the 9-hole, and it's like everyone obviously has their warm up music or their walkout song or whatever. And I'm not. This is not me disparaging the guy. Whatever your religious beliefs, but like every single time he came with the bat in his walk up song is like my Savior Jesus Christ, I think is the chorus.
Yeah.
It shook me because you have somebody who's like Wipe Me Down, and then you've got like a couple Migos songs like T-Shirt, and then all of a sudden you just hear like a gospel hymn. Like that jarred me every time he came with the bat. I was like, oh, Branch is back up.
Yeah, it's gotta throw you a little bit.
I remember the second baseman for Oklahoma's name because of his walk up song.
Well, boys, there's one other sporting event going on right now that I have not really been tuned into. I haven't watched really maybe more than 30 minutes of today. The U.S. Open. It's Father's Day weekend. Happy early Father's Day to all the fathers. But it is the U.S. Open, and we have a surprise at the top of our leaderboard right now. Dustin Johnson, through 13 holes today, is 4 under and on the top of the leaderboard.
Well, he's now tied with Wyndham Clark.
No, they're both at the top of the leaderboard.
Wow.
Hey, that live money is running out. So
yep.
Yeah.
Dustin Johnson is back.
Yeah, he's got to win this major so he can get back on the tour without the little band thing that they're doing.
He's got to. Someone's got to put gas in the boat.
But dude, I haven't watched any of this tournament yet today. I was traveling all day. Matt Fitzpatrick is having himself a season though. I feel like every single tournament he's been in the top 10 at least.
Him and Aberg, whatever his name is, he's up there.
Oberg looks great.
Oberg.
Good today. I'll tell you who isn't having a very hot season, and that's Mr. Scotty Scheffler. Had a few tantrums with his caddy last week with Ted Scott. I don't know if he's gotten a top 10 finish this season yet in a major, so I'll have my eye on him.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, Scotty. I live in Dallas, Texas. When you're back home, if you need someone to take you out, to have a couple of drinks, get your mind off things, let me know. I'm around. You're paying, but I'll go out with you.
He needs to get arrested again.
Yeah, right.
Could be big for the brand. Maybe get a real arrest this time though. Like, nothing crazy. Maybe get a
petty weapons charge.
No, I was thinking like a shoplifting charge, something just like just wild. Really, just like doesn't make sense. Something fun.
Yeah, something like Scotty Scheffler, the guy who's got so much money shoplifting, reminds me of a freshman year Corey Fishman. He had the 25 meal swipe plan and was still stealing bagels from Einstein. Like, dude, you've got 25 swipes a week and you're still yopping bagels. Like, what are we doing?
I had the 14. I had to go down to the 10. I wasn't even using my meal swipes. I was out doing other things. I didn't have time to use the meal swipes.
No.
Carolina Cash.
I was in the weird times. It's like, it's like. Yeah, I have 11 to 4. I only get one swipe. Like that's 2 swipes definitely in that time. So whole situation.
No, most of my leftover swipes were at the Marble Dab Creamery right before a movie at the Gamecock Theater.
Cafe Verde.
Yeah, or Cafe Verde late night.
Now we're just going down memory lane.
I never once watched a movie in that theater.
Oh, dude, my freshman year I went, big time movie dates all the time. Free movie dates, come on. And they always had good shit coming out. Like Interstellar was there. When that came out, Wall Street was there.
Was it an actual theater? Like, are you getting movies that are in movie theaters?
They would come out like
talk over it.
Yeah, they would come like right, not like right after, but it was pretty close.
I feel like there was about half the place was probably drunk as shit idiots. The other half are just people stoned out of their mind, just sitting there trying to watch the movies.
Yeah.
I'd go like once or twice, and I'd be like, why are you even here? You're not like, why don't you just go outside and talk? Like,
well, to be fair, I could see myself getting drunk and be like, oh, this would be a great idea. Let's pop in here. Like, oh, this is on tonight. Sure, I got nothing else going on.
Yeah,
well, I looked that one drunken guy making commentary the whole time.
And you're too high to say anything about it. You're like, well, it's kind of my life right now.
right across the street because my dorm was right across the old Green Street. They also had free popcorn, dude. Like it was people slept on the theater.
It was
but
take us back.
Yeah, I'm excited for to get locked into the games tomorrow. Get locked into obviously the golf tomorrow as well. Charlie, when are you making your pilgrimage down to Atlanta?
Yeah, I will be in Atlanta twice. I'll be once on Sunday to watch the Spanish versus the Saudis. Which, hey, I'll be honest. When we got those tickets, I thought this is going to be a nothing burger. Spain's going to have already pretty much had the group sealed up, and the Saudis will have lost to Uruguay by now. But none of that's happened.
Yeah.
And suddenly, I'm going to a game of consequence, and I'll be honest. I don't know who to support. I mean, I could go to the highest bidder, Saudi.
You're...
yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm all for a bribe.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think, I think the way the game shook out is probably best case scenario for you because Saudi still believes and Saudi looked good against Uruguay. Like they didn't luck into that. I didn't think. I thought they looked good in that game.
It's gonna be a good game.
But then
if Lamine Yamal does not play though, I will be heckling the Spanish manager. I will be heckling him from the top row, screaming for Yamal to play.
Also, on that note, Uruguay is another country that's really risen up my list of places I would like to go visit. Apparently, it's absolutely stunningly beautiful, has beautiful beaches, and is very safe for tourists. I don't know if that's true. I haven't done any research, but I heard that somewhere.
Maybe we just visit all those South American countries. We do the whole thing.
Yeah. Nothing could go wrong there.
One US dollar is worth 40 Uruguayan pesos.
Perfect. That's the kind of math I like.
Yeah. Yeah, God. Before we jump out of here, any games for this round 2 that y'all are particularly excited about? Besides ours, obviously.
Yeah, we're gonna dog walk them.
It's so hard even keeping up just day to day. I did have one circled though, and that's Argentina, Austria.
Okay.
In the coming days, I think that'll be good. I think Austria's a lot better than people think they are, and Argentina coming off that big win, I could see it as a big letdown spot.
Oh, hey, listen, Scotland Morocco tomorrow could be a pretty fun game too.
Agreed. If Scotland just hunker down, they already got the 3 points versus Haiti. I want Scotland to go far.
I love the Scots. We talked about it in the show. I'm a big Scotland guy. I'm not sure if I have any Scottish in me, but I'd love to. Oh God, never mind.
No, me. Get in there.
Oh, clip that one.
Happy Pride Month, I guess.
Yeah. I guess the two that I've got circled for this next group stage game as I try to pivot away from Evan coming out of the closet. Netherlands, Sweden. That's I think gonna be really fun. And then I'm really excited to see Senegal play a team that doesn't have the depth that France has. I think Norway has been like a darling so far this tournament. I think they're good. I think Senegal's also really good. So I'm interested to see how those shake out. Probably a must win for Senegal. They have to get points here because
gotta get points.
Yeah, but
sorry, you just
You're
reminded
good?
me. I was just thinking, like mathematically, I guess tonight, whoever if South Korea or Mexico win,
they'll be
win
advanced.
their group.
Yeah, they'll tie up the group. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, not necessarily. Like if South Korea win and then they lose to Qatar or whoever, South Africa, and see, there's still more to play. But
I guess goal difference,
yeah. But I mean, whoever wins that game tonight will be advanced through.
Yeah, I said this earlier, but Ivory
Coast, if they win,
Germany,
Ivory Coast,
Germany, with Ivory Coast picking up the 3 points against Ecuador, that could be a very big one to see who wins that group.
Yeah. I mean, listen, World Cup fever's in full swing. I'm just excited to see how things go. We're going to start seeing the picture of what the bracket's going to look like here soon, too. By, like, Sunday, we're going to have a pretty good idea of what at least some of the bracket's going to look like, which is exciting as you start making those plans. Because you've also got to see what the second game you're going to go see, Chuck.
Yep, we will be going to that round of 32 game on July 1st. Good start for England, beating Croatia. So all they got to do is just take care of business for Scotland.
So if England wins the group, will that be the game you go to?
Yeah, that'll be guaranteed.
Wow.
It is the winner of England's group that plays in that game.
Against
all they gotta do is just win their group.
Wow. Well, I hope that for you. That'd be an epic watch for you.
Yeah, I hope so too. And there's a lot of that going on apparently. Fans buying tickets, hoping that it works out. And
buy them now because they'll be cheaper.
Driving across country.
I'm thinking of getting tickets to the finals. USA is going to be there.
Sneak in.
Apparently, people did that yesterday at the AT&T. Apparently, a bunch of people snuck in for the England-Croatia game. Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
Big enough. All right, boys.
It's been real.
Games ahead, but
We'll catch you next week.
Good luck on the books. See y'all next time.
Adios.